Alrighty, what is up, guys? It's me, Joe, aka Snuggler9. We're gonna be doing a Rammus commentary. This is a Plat 2 game, I do believe. Right off the start, let's look at the matchups. We have Aatrox versus our Gangplank, Kayn versus Rammus in the jungle, TF against Anivia at mid lane, and then bot lane we have a Varus Xerath versus an Ashe Nami. Right outside the gate, I already know which lanes that I want to gank that seem like good lanes for me to gank. GP into Aatrox, I'm not going to be able to help out GP. GP doesn't provide anything in the sense of crowd control. He also doesn't have a lot of damage early on compared to Aatrox. So most of the time, if I were to gank a GP lane, we lose the 2v1, or at the very best we blow a flash, or we at least get him very low. We get the Aatrox very low. In the jungle, generally Kayn is weak early. They don't really get strong enough to contest the Rammus until level 4 and up. So my first go through the jungle, I'm not too concerned with Kayn, even though I will be placing defensive wards and I ward deep in his jungle. Mid lane is an Anivia versus a TF. Now TF didn't take cleanse, which is good for us. Anivia is a great lane for me to gank. If Anivias know how to stun and they know how to wall up properly, it's very easy ganks for Rammus. The issue with Anivia is that Anivias tend to push. I don't know what it is with Anivia players. They just like to push. And TF not gonna be able to contest that push, so he's usually at his tower, which makes diving pretty difficult. Now bot lane is interesting, right? Because Varus and Xerath don't have any escapes, and our bot lane actually has slows with Nami's E, I believe, and Ashe's W, and just basic auto attacks. But Nami has the bubble. The bubble is so good for Rammus because the knockup, that duration that person's in the bubble, is enough time for me to get there, chain my CC with a knockup and taunt for us to get the kill. The only downside though is if the Nami misses the bubble, then it's very hard for me to gank this bot lane, especially if the Xerath is good. So I'm looking to gank middle and bot. I'm ignoring top. All right, so right off the bat, you know, I usually do my common Rammus start where I'll run all the way down to the enemy blue side, whatever opposite side of the bottom lane. You can see that the TF, he's coming around, he's doing his job. He's a little slow, so I get the ward off, no problem. As I'm walking by, he sees me and actually stuns me. Oh, cool. Now the GP wasn't doing his job. I wanted him to either wait at a tri-bush or even wait here. I don't like when people just sit at the tower. It provides nothing for the jungle, and it's the laziest thing I've ever seen in my life. My mid lane and bot lane are doing good. They're protecting my blue side. They're making it seem that, you know, hey, I actually might start Golem. But instead, I start red just for the sole purpose of my goal is to gank mid and bot side. My goal is to stay relevant on that side. Kayn starts blue side. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but our Anivia actually dropped a ward for me. So this gives me a lot of information. I know where Kayn is right now, which is good. Also, my ward here means that he is not at his blue side. So I know that that's still open to me if he tries to gank a lane and maybe dies or something happens to him. Again, this ward that Anivia dropped is so amazing. I get to see the Kayn. Like, okay, he's going to his blue side now, so he's on the opposite side of me. As I'm doing the blue, I'm actually starting to look around the map now. I'm looking to see what Anivia is doing, if the lane is getting pushed or if the Anivia is pushing the lane. I'm also looking at bot lane. Hey, is bot lane gonna get pushed in or is bot lane pushing? Like, what's happening here? And judging by the creeps here, it looks like our bot lane is pushing into the tower. So I'm like, you know what? Let's see if we can do something mid side. I'm like, he's a little pushed up. Maybe if a good wall, we can do something. He gets the perfect gold card, stuns me, but Anivia lands a stun. We get the chain CC taunt. One auto attack away, he flashes. It's good. We got a flash and he's low HP. I know that Kayn is still topside just because of his clear speed. So I do scuttle. Make sure there's no wards here. And get some vision for our bot lane. Now I look to gank bot lane here. I know there's no wards. I come in. Xerath immediately stuns me. Amazing. Nami misses the bubble. It's okay. We're providing a little bit of pressure. You'll see throughout the game, this Xerath is amazing. I come to find out that they're dual Q, so their communication was really, really good. But this Xerath kept him in the game a long time just because of his skill shots that he was landing. He was actually a big problem. So I went back and I bought my jungle item. I go red smite on Rammus, allows me to duel 1v1. Because now at this time, Kayn is looking to get into my jungle and potentially duel me. A lot of junglers can beat Rammus in the jungle. You know, it's the nature of his character, right? He's an aggressive ganker. He's not someone that can fight 1v1. But I like getting the red smite because it allows me to at least tell people to back off. They usually fight me once and they're like, whoa, that Rammus can actually duel me. Maybe I won't, you know, counter invade or counter jungle. I always also, if I have the gold, I try to get control wards. I believe I'm in the 0.01% of warding for Rammus players. I think vision's very, very important. It gives a lot of information. I start walking by and apparently the Kayn sees me and he's warding, or he's pinging that Rammus is in the area. TF ignores. I come in, flash, Q, E, chain the CC, and kill for our mid lane. Super easy stuff. I don't know why the TF did not back off. Maybe he didn't think I was gonna flash on him. I start looking topside now. I'm like, man, this GP is getting wrecked. He needs my help. Maybe I can make the Aatrox back off. Let's see what happens. So I go inside. A little deep. He flashes. Great. Great, 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 great. I love it. You know, maybe now the GP won't die. Maybe there is a chance that he can just farm and become relevant again in the game. But right as I walk outside the lane, he starts getting wrecked. I'm like, okay, coming back in. Ooh, knock up, taunt. Let's do some damage. No damage done. This is the issue with Gangplank. I've now wasted too much time at top. TF comes in with his ulti, stuns the GP, and he dies. All right, so after the engagement at top, I go over to my Raptors. I start farming my Raptors, and I realize that the TF is pushing our turrets. Now, he has about half mana, enough for some stuns and some TF shenanigans. So I go in. He wastes his blue card. I'm like, oh, cool. I can do some damage. Red smite taunt. Typical stuff. He stuns me. It's fine. I see there's a ward. I see that there's Kayn, but my Anivia is here. Anivia lands the stun on the TF. I charge up my Powerball. I go in, and I grab the TF. Awesome. It goes to the mid lane. Now, a lot of Rammus players want to steal kills. It's not needed. Give up your kills to the mid lane. Give up your kills to the top lane. Give up your kills to the bot lane. You're not going to carry as Rammus, unfortunately. Your goal is to help support your team and be a tank. Alrighty, so after we killed the TF and the Varus, Dragon is open. All four of us are here. So we start Dragon. Mount Dragon's really good for Rammus. One of the things I do have to watch out for is the enemy jungle. It is a Kayn. Kayn can outsmite a Rammus. One, because he's one level higher, but also Rammus doesn't really have a reliable way to increase his smite damage. What I mean by that is a lot of champions can do a move and smite at the same time for guaranteed smite damage. So Lee Sin, for example, he can Q Dragon at like 1,500 HP, and at level 6 he can Q smite it and completely secure that dragon for himself. Rammus, on the other hand, all I have is my Powerball and smite. It adds about 100 to 200 damage to my smite depending on how big I am and what level I am. So if my smite is at 500, I can essentially smite around 6, maybe 650. So you'll see that a lot of the times when I'm smiting dragon, I'll Q smite real fast to add an extra 100 to 200 damage. It's one way to, you know, counter people who try to steal dragon from you and steal Baron and Rift Herald.
Meanwhile,
I'm looking at top lane here. GP is super low. I can't help this guy, dude. It's rough. But again, I go in. He ulties, but I see that Anivia is coming up top. So we smite. Attack moving. Ooh, great wall. We get the kill. But the issue is GP did not get a single assist. He did not get anything for that. So it doesn't help him. GP is pushing top lane. He has priority right now. I'm going to do Rift Herald. So as a jungler, I'm looking for all these new things to do. I don't want to be stagnant in the lane. I don't like lane taxing as Rammus. I think I don't think it's good for the team. I think doing objectives, maybe looking for other ganks is the best possible thing. I don't need CS. I really don't need that much gold as Rammus, which is kind of weird. He's one of the few junglers that don't need a lot of gold to be relevant in the game. Once he gets his core items, he's essentially strong the entire game. Now at this point, we're starting to get closer and closer to mid game. We're starting to get out of the early game. I start looking at my team. I'm like, who's fed? Who do I need to protect? Who's fed on the enemy team? Who do I need to kill? So immediately, our Anivia is huge. I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's get our Anivia even bigger. Anivia is going to be the one I focus on. I'm like, awesome, great. I'll protect Anivia, we'll win the game. Let's go mid lane. So I go in. He backs out, but I'm like, you know, I'm tower diving. And I get the Anivia killed. Ooh, little bit of a miscommunication there. I apologize to Anivia in chat. I'm like, you know what? That was on me. I'll take it. I was trying to get you ahead because if we killed the TF, I was going to drop Rift. We were going to take the turret. It was going to allow our Anivia to roam. So I apologize for that. Because of that, it also opens up a dragon for the blue team. So that's something I want to bring up, is realizing your own mistakes and seeing what it costs your team. The fact that I got our mid lane killed not only gave up a huge shutdown bonus, I believe it was 700 bonus gold to the TF, but it didn't allow us to take the turret, the first turret. I also didn't get to farm my jungle properly, and it gave up a dragon, gave up Ocean Drake. Ocean Drake's so good for Aatrox, so good for these backliners. It's amazing. What can I do after this? As I begin to roll around, I notice that Scuttle is up. We always take Scuttle as Rammus. Rammus needs Scuttle. Not only does it make us faster when we move around the map because we take the riverways a lot, but it provides a lot of vision, a lot of information that Rammus can use. We notice that Dragon is coming up, so I pop all of the I don't know what these called, the little vision plants. I pop them everywhere. I want to see if there's any wards. I also like to pop this so the enemy jungler cannot use it against me. Now at bot lane, TF killed Ashe. You gotta watch out as Ashe against TF. We get the stun on Aatrox. Doesn't mean anything. None of us can capitalize. Even though our Anivia is doing a lot of damage, it doesn't mean anything, unfortunately. GP teleports bottom, tries to kill a TF as a 1/6 GP. Chases. Really chases. Oof. GP, man. With Ionian boots, you're not going to do anything crazy. Now, if we back it up just a little bit, we're watching the GP shenanigans. So, GP, he teleports to bot lane. And I'm like, you know what? Fight's over. I'm backing out. I'm doing my Rammus things. I might even go bot lane. I don't know what I'm thinking. Now, Anivia gets caught out here. Aatrox goes in, and I'm like, oh, Anivia's egg. Maybe I can save Anivia. Maybe they'll focus me. These two completely ignore me, and I end up dying trying to protect our Anivia. Man, look at those jukes, though. Oh, I didn't have vision on the Varus. Get hit by the Varus Q. All right, so now my concern as a jungler is we have 3 people dead. They have 5 people up. That is barren for them. Now, this is at the point of the game where I'm thinking to myself, okay, my 2 deaths have led to big things that have happened in the game, right? My first death led to them getting their first dragon. And it also, or sorry, my first mistake led to them getting their first dragon. It also led to our mid lane dying. My second big mistake was protecting the Anivia here, which opened up Baron. A lot of people think that jungle doesn't have an impact in the game. However, my two mistakes shifted the game to the point now where we're no longer in a close lead. They're starting to run away with it. It's a 4,000 gold difference. That's pretty significant. I end up smiting the dragon. The Kayn this game didn't have good smites. I just had faster reaction speed. Maybe it's all that pre-workout. Now at this point, I'm talking to my team. I'm saying, hey guys, we're still in this. We got 3 dragons. Maybe a 4th dragon is our win con. Let's do it. 4th win dragon on Rammus is actually surprisingly good. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it. I think the cooldown reduction on my ulti, as well as the movement speed after my ulti, is really good. At this point, I do have my Deadmans, as well as my Bramble Vest. So I'm quite durable and I'm very fast. So coming out of the fountain, I can actually use my Q to hit up to this first tower. We catch the Xerath out. I'm spamming taunt. We get the taunt. We shut down the Xerath. I get the shutdown bonus. At this point, I was being a little greedy. I said, I'm taking kills now. You know, Ashe, you're 2 and 6. You're doing good, but at this point, it's not you. It's me that needs to carry this game. A lot of the times, you'll get flamed at as a jungler saying, why aren't you clearing minion waves? It's like, bro, you guys clear minion waves. I'll clear my jungle. I'll clear out wards. I'll do my thing. TF stuns me, hits me with a his little combo. We land the stun on TF. I land the QE combo. We end up killing the TF. Huge. It actually goes to our GP. It's a second kill, but it's a massive shutdown bonus. This also leads into the Varus kill as well. We just got 2 kills because Ashe landed 1 arrow. After we get the kill on TF and Varus, really nothing for us to do on the map. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Let's clear out some wards in our jungle. I'm using my Q Powerball to cover as much space and distance as possible. I find 1 ward. I come over here. We see a 2nd ward. And we clear that out. Now, after I do that, I'm starting to look at the map. And I notice that this Varus is out of position. He's so far up. What are you doing, buddy? I'm Rammus. I come in. QE knockup. Get the kill. Awesome. Now, a lot of unnecessary stuff happened there. Nami ulti, GP ulti. Didn't need to do that. I appreciate it. Didn't need to do it. Now, as Rammus, you can do that to essentially every single ADC except 3. You cannot do that to Graves. Graves, with his 2 shots, will not do enough damage to himself. He also has a dash away and something that gives him resistances. So that's kind of annoying. You can't really do that to Graves. Second person is Jhin, and Jhin follows the same reasoning as Graves. His his attack speed is too slow. He's not going to do enough damage to himself. And then the last person is actually Vayne. Vayne provides a big problem for Rammus. When you Q into a Vayne, Vayne will condemn you away, and then now you're going to get kited to hell. Especially if Vayne has a Blade of the Ruined King, she will kite you to hell. The only way you can get the jump on Vayne is if you flash Q her. Most of the time, Vaynes will condemn you. Another problem that Vayne poses is that she has true damage. So if you taunt her, let's say you get a taunt on her and you EWQ combo, all that fun stuff, her true damage will kill you. So those are the 3 ADCs that Rammus has a hard time dealing with. I'm looking for a Righteous Glory at this point. Righteous Glory is my one way to make picks. I go in. I notice that this Varus is out of position. We get the stun. Awesome. Now, I'm so tunneled in, though, on the Xerath. I want the Xerath dead. I don't go after the Varus. QE combo on Kayn. We get the kill on Kayn. Double kill to Ashe. Perfect Zonias. GP's having a hard time at top. He flashes the wall. He gets caught out. I'm like, this game is over. So, I'm starting to queue up. and I want to basically try and disrupt as many people. I flash in on the TF, get the kill from the TF, and at this point, I notice that Aatrox is in tower range, and I Q him, knock him further into tower range. That one play there saved the game. I was able to get the kill on TF, and then get the kill on Aatrox. Powerball onto the Xerath, get the kill on the Xerath. Now, I'm trying to get that Righteous Glory as soon as possible. I need the Righteous Glory. Righteous Glory is going to put us back into the winning lane. It's going to allow me to do picks. I can now dodge the Xerath stuns. And really, I just have to worry about a TF gold card. Start doing my Rammus thing. I'm running through, clearing out as many wards as possible. My goal is to do Baron at this point. And look at that. We catch a Varus out of position. With Varus dead, the only thing I need to watch out for now is the enemy jungler. I gotta avoid the counter smite. As I'm getting the vision, as I'm clearing as many things as possible, I'm calling my team over to Baron. I'm like, guys, let's do Baron. There's no wards. There's nothing here. There's just this one little blue trinket. We're fine. No jungler. So I get the free Baron, which is awesome. TF makes a fatal mistake here. He ulties, he gets vision of all of us, but he goes to bot lane. Now, if I'm TF, why wouldn't I just risk it for the biscuit and try and finish out this Nexus turret, right? Instead, he goes for the bot and him, which is respectable. Sure, do it. But now we have enhanced recall from Baron. We're gonna get there super fast. I back up with our Anivia. I'm super fast. I come in, I notice the TF is there. Boom, Righteous Glory. I grab the TF. Lands the stun, perfect, good job Anivia. Now I'm looking for this Varus. Flash Varus so he doesn't get the blast plant. I kill Varus before the taunt ends off. I'm like, great, no one can stop me now. I dodge the taunt, or dodge the stun. I taunt the Aatrox, get the kill. Aatrox is dead. The game is ours. There is few things that led to that. One, the capture on TF, the misplay by TF. I got him. It allowed us to push mid. Varus again was out of position. We were able to get the Varus. And then after that, it was just easy pickings with the Xerath and the Aatrox. Now, what led to me getting the TF was the Righteous Glory at our base. That's why it's so important to get that on Rammus. Now, hopefully, guys, you learned something about how to come back from a losing game as Rammus. Even if you have a feeding top, a feeding GP that provides nothing for the team, you can still win the game as Rammus jungler.